Jesus. Nobody can restore my weary soul. Ain't nobody but you, Jesus. In you I find the strength to carry on. I am seeking and longing for you, God, in the desert. I am seeking and longing.
Hi, I'm Sam,
And I'm Martha.
and we are,
Sam and Martha Music.
we make music. Our music is mostly about prayer and reflecting on the word, meditating on the word, trying to get us to talk to God a bit more about what we're feeling, things that we dream, and things that we go through in life.
Yeah, and we recently released an EP called Songs in the Desert. And I think the thought process behind that was really just we were going through, well, not at the time that we released it, but there was a period in our life where we felt like we were going through a desert season. And at that point in your life, you really want songs that are going to push you to look towards Jesus and not look at your problems and not look at what you don't have, because you don't have a lot, when you're in that season. So the inspiration or the thinking behind it was just, let's write songs that we feel are important to sing in the desert season.
You wanted to call it Songs of the Desert.
Yes, I felt like Songs of the Desert was just a little bit more artsy. I don't know, it just felt, but I was outvoted by family members and friends. Everybody said Songs in the Desert, so here we are.
Yeah. Shout out to Dana, if you know Dana. She did the artwork. So she created that nice imagery of Jesus in the desert and two people walking through the desert. So funny, Martha sent the songs to her, and the EP was called Songs of the Desert, and she brought everything back as Songs in the Desert. I think she's taught English before, so she was probably like, no, I want to call it Songs of the Desert. She's very forceful. That's a joke. I'm kidding. So that's our EP. There's a scripture that you wanted to share once about from Deuteronomy, about
I didn't prepare
Song of the Desert.
Deuteronomy 7, I think. Okay, so it's Deuteronomy 8, verse 2 and 3. And it says, "You shall remember that the Lord your God led you all the way these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble you and test you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or not. So he humbled you, allowed you to hunger, and fed you with manna which you did not know, nor did your fathers know, that he might make you know that man shall not live by bread alone, but man lives by every word that proceeds from the mouth of the Lord." And I think that's also the scripture that encompasses the whole, not just the whole EP, but the songs, what is that song? In the Desert is really like the overarching theme of in the desert, when you're testing us, Lord, when you are checking our hearts, may our heart's desire be you, and may we just long for you more and more, and not for fancy things, not, for things that our neighbors have, but may we just long for the Lord.
Yeah. So that was kind of the idea behind the EP. The EP is made up of songs that were mostly written years ago. I think all of them were written a couple of years ago. I think even before our last project. I think 5 years ago was the last time we released music.
It's been a while.
So it's been a while. We had to kind of get back into the rhythm of it, production and editing and all of that stuff and recording. So it was quite a steep hill to climb at first. But yeah, when we last released songs 5 years ago, we had some of these songs, maybe 1 or 2, 3 of them. So yeah, songs from the archives, and I think it's just time now to release them. It just wasn't the right time. I think we're still in that season, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So yeah, here it is. That's the EP. That's the inspiration. Songs in the desert,
Songs in the desert.
not off the desert. Yeah.